SpaceX's Crew 10 launches, paving the way for NASA's Wilmore and Williams to return home. Watch, NASA and SpaceX send a new crew to the ISS, allowing Butch Wilmore and Sunita Williams to return. On Friday night, SpaceX launched a new crew to the ISS, paving the way for Butch Wilmore and Sunita Williams, two NASA astronauts, to come home after 9 months in orbit. As part of NASA's commercial crew program, the new team, Japan's Takuya Onishi, Russia's Kirill Peskov, and NASA's McLean and Nicole Ayers, blasted out from Kennedy Space Center aboard a SpaceX spacecraft. They will be able to replace the current crew, which includes Roscosmos cosmonaut Alexander Gorbanov, Wilmore, Williams, and NASA's Nick Hague when they arrive, which is anticipated to be late Saturday. Depending on the weather, the change will allow Wilmore and Williams to transfer operations before to their planned departure the following week. Initially, Wilmore and Williams were scheduled to go on a brief test flight in June aboard Boeing's Starliner capsule. But NASA had to postpone their return due to technical problems like as thruster failures and helium leaks, and ultimately decided to send them back on a SpaceX flight. A fresh SpaceX capsule's battery needed to be repaired, further delaying their return. To expedite the procedure, the agency used a reconditioned SpaceX spacecraft. Wilmore and Williams carried out experiments, watered plants, and fixed a toilet as part of their prolonged stay on the ISS. Additionally, Williams broke the record for the longest spacewalk by a female astronaut. When Elon Musk, the CEO of SpaceX, and President Donald Trump said the previous government had delayed the astronauts' return, the delay became politically contentious. Wilmore and Williams, however, have continuously supported NASA's judgment. Both astronauts expressed joy about seeing their family again as their homecoming draws near. Church elder Wilmore is excited to return to face-to-face ministry, while Williams is excited to take her Labrador retrievers on walks. Williams said earlier this week, "We are grateful for everyone's love and support. This mission has brought a little attention, but I think the good part is more and more people have been interested in what we're doing about space research." Sunita Williams closer to homecoming NASA SpaceX Launch Crew 10 mission. The Falcon 9 rocket, carrying a Dragon spacecraft on the Crew 10 mission, lifted off from NASA's Kennedy Space Center. Washington. After 9 arduous months, trapped astronauts Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore are finally able to come home after NASA and entrepreneur Elon Musk's SpaceX deployed a new crew to the ISS on Friday local time. After a short delay on Thursday, the Falcon 9 rocket, which was carrying a Dragon spacecraft on the Crew 10 mission, took off from NASA's Kennedy Space Center at 4:33 a.m. ST. The 4-person crew consists of Roscosmos cosmonaut Kirill Peskov, JAXA, Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency astronaut Takuya Onishi, and McLean and Nicole Ayers. Crew 10 is the 11th voyage with a crew on board to reach the ISS station via NASA's Commercial Crew Program, which also includes the Demo 2 test flight, and the 10th crew rotation mission under SpaceX's Human Space Transportation System. On Thursday, a ground support clamp arm's hydraulic system malfunction caused a delay in the mission. In June of last year, seasoned NASA astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sunita Williams were stranded on the ISS. A Boeing Starliner spacecraft problem caused the 8-day ISS trip to extend into months. Even the astronauts' scheduled return home in February of the following year was postponed. 2 stranded astronauts are expected to return to Earth a few days after the Crew 10 launch, according to NASA. Elon Musk, the CEO of SpaceX, and U.S. President Donald Trump have repeatedly implied that former President Joe Biden abandoned the pair on purpose and rejected a plan to bring them back sooner. What started out as a technical failure has also turned into a political hotspot. The space community was outraged by the assertion, particularly since Mr. Musk gave no details. Since being transferred to SpaceX's Crew 9, which landed in September on another Dragon with only 2 crew members instead of the customary 4, to make place for Mr. Wilmore and Ms. Williams, the pair's return itinerary has remained the same. Mr. Musk reacted angrily, using a derogatory term for persons with mental disabilities, when Danish astronaut Andreas Mogensen brought this up on X. While other former astronauts hurried to support Mr. Mogensen, Mr. Wilmore seemed to support the SpaceX CEO, stating that his remarks must have been factual, albeit acknowledging that he was not aware of any specifics. Meanwhile, Mr. Trump has come under fire for his strange comments on the matter, calling Ms. Williams a distinguished former Navy captain, the woman with the wild hair, and making assumptions about their relationship. Crew 10 mission, which is a regular staff rotation run in partnership with SpaceX and NASA, departed the Kennedy Space Center in Florida at 7:03 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday. The 4 Crew 10 astronauts, NASA's and McLean and Nicole Ayers, Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency's Takuya Onishi, and Roscosmos cosmonaut Kirill Peskov, were transported into orbit by a SpaceX Dragon capsule atop one of the company's Falcon 9 rockets. Around 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday, the 4 crew members are anticipated to dock with the space station. They will experience a handover phase with Williams, Wilmore, and their other Crew 9 astronauts, Alexander Gorbanov of Roscosmos and Nick Hague of NASA, for a few days. Since September, the Crew 9 Dragon spacecraft has been moored at the space station. On March 19, if all goes as planned, Williams, Wilmore, Hague, and Gorbanov will board the Crew 9 spacecraft and return to Earth.